Hello friend, welcome to the channel. This morning I am working on a layout from our Disney trip. We went to see Minnie and Mickey at Disney Hollywood Studios, so they were dressed in their finest. I love this picture of my husband and Mickey Mouse. I just love the laugh. I'm not sure kind of what was going on, but it was hysterical that it got caught on film, and so I wanted to use some of my simple stories stuff that I had found. I found these at Tuesday Morning. It was a nice little addition. I thought some of the, maybe the little camera, these are the puffies. Maybe the cameras and the glasses would work with this. I also have here, which is a little hard to see, a cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. They're stars, and so I want to add some gold to them and kind of glitter them up and get them really pretty and sparkly. And I already have my title cut. You know, titles sometimes give me grief. Today it did not. This one says Hollywood Stars. And so let's talk a little bit about the direction that I'm heading. I really think I want to cut these into 4x4s so you really focus on what's happening in the photo. I am thinking that this paper becomes my background. Maybe do a strip of this down one side. Just a little strip of the fireworks. And then my 4x4 pictures. And then use these to make kind of an 8x8 square. It's kind of where I think I want to go. So my friends, I'm going to turn off the mic, cut some things, get committed to some things, and then we will be back. Here's what I'm going to do with my stencil. I'm going to take in some lunar paste. I've added a little bit of water to it to make it a little more blendable. And then I am just going over my cut file. So I've taken something a little more solid, like a lunar paste, made it the viscosity of it different by adding a little bit of water to it and mixing it up, which gives me that ability to blend it. So once these are done, I'm going to set them aside and let them dry and work on the base part of my layout. Here is the finished piece. This lunar paste dries so quickly, even with the water added, that it is done. So I'm going to go clean out my tools because the last thing I want to do is have lunar paste dry into my brush. And I will be back. All right, everything is cleaned up, and we're going to take the stencil, good grief. We're going to take my cut file off of my mat. I do like to leave them on my mat while I'm working with mixed media. It just, I don't know, it gives me a nice surface to work from. All right. There are some places where this lunar paste has wanted to hold the pieces in place, but they pop right out really easily. All right. So I really want this big piece here to start with, because it's going to help me with laying out some things. And because I wasn't exactly sure how big I wanted it, I cut it twice. I cut it one, you know, I have tools. Cut it out twice. I cut it this size, and then I cut it just a little bit smaller. Life is so much easier with the tools. And you can see it just releases right out of there, even with the lunar paste paint over it. Alrighty. So these are the pieces that I wanted to start with. We'll set everything else aside. because I'm not 100% sure which size is going to work better with what I'm doing. So I'm going to turn the mic off. I am going to, oh, look, I've got a little star. I'm going to turn the mic off. I'm going to lay some things out, and then I'll be back. So here is where we are. I have some options. I'm really loving actually both of the stars. I'm kind of thinking this one I may manipulate some way to be down here, kind of in this awkward space, overlapping that one. I really love how this one kind of not only creates a landing place for my title, but it's also giving me frame vibes, and I love it because that's my favorite picture. Now, my original thought had been that I would use one of the other 12 by 12 papers and cut a square, and then I remembered that in the paper pad there were the 4 by 4 cut aparts, so I pulled out a sheet of those and cut those down, and I've really kind of come down between oh it's magic, which I think is fantastic, or this one, which is actually the same words that repeat, just bigger, like that. I do kind of like that, but I kind of don't at the same time. I really think that I'm liking this black on the dark. I also went and grabbed some circle punches so that I could punch some circles to add in too. Maybe grab a few of these and put them underneath. But this is where we're going. So I am going to get out the glue now and commit. I have plenty of stars. I have the title to put down. Yeah, so it's coming along quick. Be back in a minute. Here is my finished layout. Oh, I love how it turned out. So let's talk about it for just a second, and then I will have still shots where you can really zoom in. So my original idea, like I said in the beginning, was to really focus on these two photos of us at Disney Hollywood Studio. We stood in a very long line to see Mickey and Minnie. Needless to say, I'm not sure that was what my husband wanted to do for the day, but for me, it was all about the pictures, and it was just the two of us. And with a broken rib at the time, I really couldn't write a whole lot. So, you know, kind of what else is there to do? So this is the result of that. And I literally do not know what was going on in that moment. But this picture, it's probably, no, it's not probably. It is my favorite picture from this entire trip. And it's kind of hysterical to me. So I really wanted those to be the focus. I used cut files from Confessions of a Paper Addict. I love these stars. I love how some of them are in the design. Some of them could come out and you can pop and manipulate, or you can just leave them in. And I did a little bit of all of that across this layout. I did cut out the title Hollywood Stars and decided not to use the word stars because my sticker sheet had this word magic. I love on Simple Stories on their sticker sheets. This is the 12 by 12 one. That they have all of these word strips. And so it really made this easy to do. I need to add just a little bit of personal journaling. And I'm going to do it in this section here. I'm going to add the date and the trip. Added the little pink sunnies. That was one of the things that I did kind of struggle with just for a little bit in my planning was Minnie was so very pink and Mickey was so very red and stars and, you know, the magician Fantasia Mickey. And so how do you make the two work? Well, I really feel like I did. I've really focused more on the yellows that made them both pop. And then I add just the little touches. I love these little heart-shaped sunnies that were pink and the little red and pink camera. Just added those little touches. Final touches were the sequins and some of the little puffy hearts. So here we go. Let's take a closer look. Here's the title area. Disney Magic. And then see how cute that is? So cute. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while we made this layout. I hope you enjoyed the process. If you did, please hit that like button down below. I will have all of the links to all of the things there as well. I would love to have you as one of my subscribers and followers. You guys are always the first to know when a new video goes up because YouTube lets you know. All right, my friends, until next time, go make some memories.